And now we're going to have a conversation with Don K. Allen, a veterinarian who indeed put his life on hold and went a full bore to become the next president of the United States, traveling to various conferences like the Independence Conference that was held in Pennsylvania. He's traveled all around the country in an attempt to gain votes to become president. And he said at the very beginning, even though he was running as an independent, he felt his chances were good at becoming the next president of the United States. Tonight, we ask him if he still feels that way and what he expects to happen on Election Day. You are now less than, I guess it's almost 72 to 48 hours here before this election is finally over. Are you glad that it's coming to an end, or do you kind of wish you had more time?
Well, I am kind of glad it's coming to an end because I think everyone's tired of listening to 24/7 campaign rhetoric and all the promises, and we don't know who to believe. We don't know if Obama or McCain are going to follow through with their promises. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting here in front of my computer right now, and I am printing out all the promises that Barack Obama is making or has made in his campaign. Obama promises universal health care by the end of his first term is one of them. And these are things I want to set aside and check back in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, and definitely in 4 years. Because what people promise to get elected and what they follow through with are quite often two different things.
Very true. That's very true, actually, and we'll have a chance to take a look and see what happens. But, I mean, for yourself, how do you feel your chances are at this point? I mean, we talked from the very beginning, and you always told me that you felt you had a good chance of being elected. Now that we're this close to Election Day, how are you feeling now?
Well, obviously, I don't have $500 million to spend, or anywhere even $1 million to spend, for that matter. So I'm pretty disappointed with our American media, national media, in that it's become so obvious that national media is focused entirely on our two-party system. And this is really not an open, quote-unquote, an open election. It's an election of the two parties. And if you're a third party or an independent, you are being blackballed, you're being shut out, you're being given no time whatsoever. So I really believe our country has gotten to the point where the people do not elect the next president, the media does. And it's just been so obvious throughout this campaign.
Well, I guess I think obviously the mainstream media has certainly been focusing on the Democrat and Republican battle from the very outset. And I guess on the one hand, we have to say, well, that's kind of unfair. They should give everyone equal access. But I guess the counter-argument, Don, is that why give media access to candidates who have no real chance of winning?
Well, you know, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy to say, oh, Alan, you don't have a chance. What are you wasting your time for? So if nobody gives these people a chance, then certainly they don't have. But why would my desire to be president and to help our country be any less valid than Barack Obama's desire or John McCain's desire? What is the real difference here? Well, the real difference is party politics, as simple as that. And with party politics goes all of the lobbyists, all the corporate influence, all of the big money. So this is not about doing what's best for the country. It's about doing what's best for special interests, not for the people, but for special interests. So, like Obama raised $150 million in 1 month, can anyone verify where that money came from? I don't think they can. And without a doubt, some of it's coming from Europe, some of it's coming from China, it's coming from all over the place, where in reality and by law, candidates are not supposed to accept money from anyone other than basically citizens of the United States.
Right. Forgive me, Don. I mean, I've followed you throughout this campaign, and all the way throughout, you've always kind of seemed very hopeful and optimistic, and certainly passionate about this. Am I hearing a little bit of anger, though? Maybe a little bit of...
Well, it is anger because I feel the system has failed the people. I feel the system has failed the people. And I believe that it's sad that whoever raises the most money gets the White House, because it really was never intended for it to be that way. That's not what our founding fathers intended, that the White House goes to the highest bidder. But in reality, that's the way it works. So anger, well, I would say not really anger, just very, very sincere disappointment with our system. Now, being a total novice in politics, I tried to kick down the door. Now I found that it would be wiser for me to just get my foot in the door. So I do intend in 2 years to run for state representative in my district. Not state, but congressional representative in my district, the 7th district in Ohio. So that seems to be the technique that worked very well for Obama. Get into the state and the Senate, and then knock on the door of the White House. But for someone like myself to just jump into this, certainly I've always been an optimist. I'm a very positive thinker, and I kind of thought that from what I had heard, like from Lou Dobbs saying that, this could be the year that an independent could take it, I kept getting support, some hope that way, some signs from America that we Americans are tired of the two-party system, but it's proven otherwise. But here again, we'll see what happens with this election. We'll see what happens Tuesday night. I don't know how many votes I'll get. Some people have asked me, what do you think you'll get? I have no idea. Tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. I'm really not sure. I've had 540,000 visitors to my campaign website. So I know that a lot of those people were very enthusiastic and said they wanted to join my team, so time will tell.
Any regrets then, Don, about your campaign and starting it? I mean, I know it cost you some money. You had to take time off your veterinarian business. A lot of time invested. Any regrets, sir?
Oh, absolutely not. No regrets whatsoever. I'm somewhat disappointed that I've had no greater financial support. But then again, the people that do have all the money, so to speak, the local people here, probably didn't take me seriously, and they wanted to put their money on the winning horse,
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, Don. I'm going to be watching the election results very closely. Where are you going to be on election night?
Well, I'll be right home here tonight doing the same thing. Tuesday night, right.
It should be fun.
Tomorrow night, I'll be putting up my lawn signs at all the polling places. I had 10 4-foot by 8-foot signs on steel fence posts around town here. 2 of them totally disappeared. Signs, 4-foot by 8-foot signs, fence posts and all. 2 of them were just totally disappeared. They happened to be in, you could say, predominantly Obama territory. And a third sign in another area that's predominantly Obama territory has been slashed, and all the wire ties that hold it to the posts have been cut or broken through 3 times. I just put it back up again today.
Wow.
So so much for fair elections. It seems like if you're not with the favorite, we're going to stomp you out.
Sounds right. Well, Don, thanks for taking the time to speak to me, and I will talk to you again after the election sometime during the week, and we'll catch up with you then for the exit interview, I guess.
Excellent. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Don. I appreciate your time.
Bye-bye.